live?
Hello. It does look that
Hello.
way. This feels very odd. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Wow.
By a while, I think a week and a half.
Let me tweet about it. Wait, give me a second. Live right now with my bro Kobus. On
I'm not your bro,
Twitch.
buddy.
Hey, buddy. You're not my bro.
I'm not your buddy, pal. South Park reference in case you're missing it.
Yeah. Hello hello everybody. Good morning. Welcome to it's been a while edition
No,
of
that's not
Bean
the show
Streaming.
name.
No, okay. It's okay. Is it? God, it's been so long. Welcome to another edition of Bean Streaming. It's been a while. It's been a week and a half, but it feels much longer in my head for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Well, I've actually
It's-
changed countries in the meantime.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the first Bean Streaming live from Serbia. So I'm currently
Nice.
streaming from home, from my mom's home. So this should be a good test for the internet capacities. Let's see how it works.
Cool. It does seem that everything is online. So for those that are joining us, what we do in these sessions is we talk about tech, and not just AWS tech in general. We sometimes take out our old floppy or stuffy or zip drives and talk about those. And we also sometimes talk about, the good old days of X.
Yes.
But today, because we haven't been online for, I think, a week and a half now, it does feel really long. But that's just, I think, what happens, like, when you get close to a black hole and the whole how time is managed or time works breaks. It's the closer you get to reinvent, the more time stretches, it seems.
Exactly.
Because we are now, I believe, what's today's date? 23, 1 week out from
1
the
week
start of
out.
reinvent. So let's quickly tell people about that.
Yeah.
Doc, I know you've got some reinvent sessions coming up. Tell us about the non-redacted versions you can talk about.
So I'm very fortunate to have two talks at reInvent, which makes me super happy. I have a talk on the topic of testing infrastructure code, so testing CloudFormation and CDK, and my other talk is about what is it? Oh, automating everything with Database Systems Manager. So I'm going to talk about operations and mostly operations. Let's call it that way. So I'm going to be talking about some new things, some old things, some kind of best practices, how you do certain things. So it should be fun. I had a lot of fun doing all of that stuff. I had fun recording the demos, and for those of you, if you watch my talk on testing infrastructure code, try to figure out in which moment my light bulb exploded. During my recording, one of the light bulbs exploded. I have 4 per side, so it's fine. There was no light change, but I flinched at one point. so yeah, that's a nice Easter egg for you. Yeah, so if you go ahead and watch my recordings, you will see me flinch. But yeah,
We shall refer to it as Darker's light bulb moment.
exactly. So it's going to be pretty cool. Besides that, I think the same as Jukobus, I have the we have both the live sessions. What is it called? The live on what's it called?
AWS on air, I
On
believe.
air, yeah.
I think that's the kind of working name. It's what used to be called Launchpad,
yeah.
where we would have a nice little stand and we would live stream there with some of the developers and all stand together and talk about the new services as they were released.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not doing that this year because we are all over the world and not getting together in person for good reasons. So we are doing these launches. How many and what? Well, okay, no, let's just avoid the what completely. Let's just talk about...
I believe
Actually, let's just skip that because I think I can't say anything that won't get us into trouble.
No. So, in essence, just to kind of hype you up all for that, we're going to be having these kinds of discussions with the service teams, with the new product team. So, whenever a service/product team launches something new, they're going to come to us on stream, and we're going to chat with them about what is this thing, why is it important, and why should you care. So, we cannot share anything that's going to come out yet, but make sure to join us at the AWS on air or our live reInvent sessions. So that should be pretty fun. Both of us have a few of them, so it is pretty interesting. Oh, by the way, fun fact: I have dogs. So
I was about to say, my dog is fast asleep behind me. I'm like, wow, for a change, it's not me being a
I have
leader of the pack.
I have 2 dogs here out in the yard, and they are. I live in a neighborhood with a lot of dogs. So at one point, dogs decided to send messages to each other. So if they start barking really loud, I'm gonna have to mute myself. But just an FYI. Dream Traveling, hello, welcome back to our stream. We haven't
Yeah.
seen you in a while. Oh well, you haven't seen us in a while as well.
Yeah.
So Cobus,
Um,
what's up?
quick question though. Before we get to the WhatsApp, just quickly for those that are listening, is our audio okay? Because I'm never 100% certain. Testing, and we do have new setups and all. Are we balanced? Everybody happy? If not, please drop us a message in the comments, and then we'll try and balance things out. Because we sound fine to each other, but there's no way for us to visualize or see if our
Correct.
EQ is good. Yes. So what's up? It is Monday. Yes, which means busy.
busy.
It's like, I'm trying to think now. What's this morning has already had like a few things happen, work-wise, and I see Darko is muting himself now. Are you letting the dogs out?
I heard some noise, so I just want to make sure that I don't break your train of thought. So.
Oh no, don't worry, it's already broken.
Okay. It's a train wreck. Hey Nelf, thank you very much for the feedback.
Yeah, thanks.
Get it? Audio feedback. Hey. Following. Oh, thank you very much for following us on LinkedIn. Yeah, we actually had like a week and a half of hiatus from streaming due to just to reinvent and travel madness. So as Goba says, it is basically everything.
Just the situation to be jolly, except it's reinvent.
Exactly. So we're waiting for reinvent to pass, and then we can be jolly. So creating content and creating writing. I even have to write a blog post. So currently I'm in that mood of writing a blog post.
Ooh,
so that's
nice.
Yeah. Now my background changed a lot because I'm in a different country right now. So
Either that or he's got a very good green screen. We don't know.
Yeah, you never know. So I'm currently in my childhood bedroom. I'm back in Serbia for like a vacation, a mini working vacation. So I'm currently I had to migrate all of my stuff here. So as you can see, that's what is that? That's my childhood bar. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have a lot of things here. We can go into memorabilia in a moment, but yeah, so many retro tech around me. I can't even begin. Like I have you thought I had a collection back in Berlin? I have a collection of stuff, useless stuff right here, like that thing in the behind me thing. That's a reel-to-reel tape recorder. I found in a thrift shop for like €1.
Oh wow!
And what's weird about it? It has a tape from like 1971 of some kids trying to talk. It sounds creepy as all hell because
I was about to say, you do realize if you play it backwards, some monster's going to jump from under your desk.
It literally sounds like a monster because you basically all the rubbers have kind of went off and there's no consistency in the playing speed. So even if you play it, you have to kind of push it with your hand a bit so it will go, and you get this inconsistent child voice in the back, and it's like, oh god, this is haunted. So, hey, I'm Kai. Greetings from Sarajevo.
Nice.
Hey, Sarajevo. Hi, hello, Sarajevo. Greetings from Subotica. So yeah, at home. But I'm actually happy. I had a project last week.
Okay.
It's your favorite project, Cobus. It's called wiring your house. So
yes.
I ended up running a Cat 6 Ethernet cable from one part of my house to here, so I can have proper internet. So note things of note, kids. Do not try to crimp your wall mount cables. I have a wall mount cable, the blue one, the one which goes into the wall, right? And trying to add the little RJ 45 at the end is a problem because the wall mount category 6 cable has a plastic innard. It has a plastic T-shaped, like a cross-shaped divider, and it's very different. You have to like really go into deep so you can remove the plastic and then you can crimp it. So I had to try it a few times.
I want to say that's actually standard with Cat 6.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
remember, the reason for that is they want to keep the twisting inside. Because you've got the individual pairs that are twisted at a specific rate. And then you've got the entire wire doing this over the shape. And all of that is to reduce the magnetic fields in them so you don't have crossover data.
Correct, but I think the patch variants of Cat6 are better. They, of course, they have some plastic, but they're not as rigid as this one. This is very rigid. Do you have a patch variant of Cat6? Hey Barcelona, hi Nisi Angel, hi. We have folks from all over the world. Welcome back to our back to school stream, I guess, or something. Is that a patch? Is that a patch or a wall mount cable?
This is my Cat6 cable. I've got the box here behind me, and it's got that same T-junction. It doesn't specify on the box. It just says
okay.
Cat6 and massive roll. It's one of those 300 meter.
Yeah.
I think 300 meter rolls.
I went to buy my Cat6 cable, and I needed like 50 meters of it, right? And this girl in the shop was like, "Oh, we have 300." I'm like, I need 50. She's like, "So I have to measure it out right now."
You're like, and she goes like, "You are not a true engineer. What's wrong with you?"
Well, I don't really need 300 meters of Cat6 right now. But but
Just quickly,
it was fun.
just show people.
Fun. Yeah.
I can also show you my oldest possession, a Swiss Army Victorinox knife that I bought in 1994.
In Switzerland.
No, locally. Well, locally-ish in Namibia. Actually, we went there for a trip, and it was what's very young quibbers desired as a toy / tool, and I've not yet lost it. It's lost the one red half, but I have never had to sharpen it yet. It's obviously not super sharp. I mean, you can do this now, which previously you wouldn't be able to, but yeah.
Well, let's be honest. Every kid's dream is to have a great Swiss Army knife. As a kid, I had a knockoff one, but it was the yeah. So
let's see. This is harder if you don't have the net. Yeah, this is actually quite hard if you don't have the crimping tool.
While Cobus is doing that, check this out.
Oh,
This, of course, it's a cooling utility, but this is actually for a CPU. It's for a Pentium 2, and if anybody guesses what kind of Pentium 2 this is for, yeah.
Oh, I know.
You know, this
are you gonna mount it like a gangster gun, sideways?
Exactly. So this is a long time ago. You had Pentiums, which are like slot-loaded CPUs, and you would have cooling they're basically like PCI cards. And yeah, I have.
Here we go. So let's see. Will it focus? It's going to focus on my face.
Can I put you like that?
Yeah, there we go. It's not going to focus properly, and it'll focus on Darth behind me when I move it. But basically, this is the thing that Dark was talking about. It's a little cross-shaped plastic in the middle, and this also twists like that. And then you've got the twisted pairs in here, and you've got this little, where's it now? The little piece of string, which in theory is supposed to make it easier to strip the wire down, but because you always cut it flat, I've never found that useful.
I didn't even notice there was a piece of string in mine. So there we go.
Oh yeah.
But that was my experience for the last week trying to set that up, and I'm happy I did because the Wi-Fi I have on that built-in router is just horrible, just useless. So I had to do this, and the most fun part was actually I had to drill a hole in my wall, and Darko learned what drilling through concrete means. Drilling through a brick is not a problem. Yeah, drilling through a brick is just fun. Then I ran into concrete, and it's my grandfather's concrete. My grandfather built this, and he just didn't skimp on concrete. So it's like the greenish concrete, super strong. So I had one of those big hammer drills, and one thing is holding the hammer drill and just having it hammer, but I had to literally hit the wall with the hammer drill.
Oh yeah,
for a good 20 minutes to get through. So it was
fun. No. But fun fact about concrete: the longer it stands, actually, the stronger it gets. So
exactly. Yeah. And this one has been here for at least 40 years. So it's not reinforced. That's at least good. Otherwise, I would not be able to drill through it.
Oh no. Then you have to get a laser.
Yeah, but it was really intense doing it. But hey, and at least now I have good internet. So yeah.
Yay! The cable is always better.
Exactly. Lukas, what have you been doing fun regarding technology in the last week? Because we haven't spoken to each other for a while.
Let's see quickly. I actually managed to get some Zigbee protocol-based temperature sensors. So I've got I was going to have 3, but then the one came with a broken button, so I had to send that back with the temperature sensors. So that's now, and I've got, I think, 4 or 5 more coming because I now really want to play with that because I've got some fun ideas with home automation that I want to do. And because of that, I was looking at Home Assistant and trying to get that up and running, which is why my server that runs my container is on the floor here next to me, because I also switched it off, inserted an old GPU that I had because I want to see if I can use that for, whatever transcoding and stuff. And I might have just nicked a cable or something, because this is literally like me standing on a desk, fiddling with it above my head to try and push things in. So now it's not booting. It doesn't find the disk, which is odd because it's a SSD, not an SSD, SD card on the motherboard that you slot in. So I don't think I hit that. So I now need to go double check what did I break. But it's luckily one of those, like, not. I'm annoyed because what I did is that I've got a RAID 5 MD80M setup on it. So data is fine. Config for all the systems that are running inside the containers is fine, except certain idiots moved from just plain Docker commands to actually have some nice Docker Compose files. And I was going to commit those files to a repo, which I haven't done yet. And I was also going to put those Docker Compose files on the RAID partition so I don't lose them, which I haven't done yet. So I'm now really going like, this is going to be super annoying if this is not there. But I mean, given that everything is Docker, if this does mean I need to reinstall, it's not too much of a headache.
Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah. Did you get one of those? I believe they're Xiaomi, the Akara, the white temperature sensors, the Zigbee ones, or
the little white cubes.
I have those, and they're wonderful. So their batteries.
What's the range on them?
So I have them. I have one at home in Berlin. At least, I don't know, like 20 meters away from my Zigbee sensor. So
and how many walls?
2, but 2 German walls. 2 of
that's wall.
Yeah, Altbau walls. Yeah, so it's fine and it works. And I literally leave one outside on the porch. I have it on the porch just to gather the temperature from outside. So, and I use Home Assistant as well. I use a Zigbee USB thing, and it's not even like a strong USB thing. It's just cheapo €7 one.
Okay.
And it works really, really good. I'm happy with it, and I don't do any automation with it because I have nothing to react to the heat. I have no smart devices like that, but I keep on.
Let me tell you,
you have an AC. There you go.
No. The AC itself is. Looking up, because it's actually running a little bit. It's just a little bit stuffy in here today. But what I want to do is I want to put a sensor inside and outside of the doors, but only in areas where we don't get direct sunlight, because otherwise it'll bake the outside sensor, which then will make the reading different. Because so our front door, what we've got a front door, we've got a little mini porch. It's like maybe 1.5 meters, and then there's a gate. So that area is always shady. So what I do is I want a sensor inside the door and outside the door, as well as a door sensor. And then I've got 2 thresholds, low threshold and top threshold, where for the low threshold, it needs to tell me, hey, it's warmer outside than it is in the house, and the door is closed. Go open the door to heat up the house. And the inverse saying, listen, later on when it's cooler outside than it is inside the house, go open up the door again. Or vice versa, warn you, they're saying, listen, you're now heating up the house because it's warm outside.
You can also get one of those. You can get one of those things also from Xiaomi. You can get the same. I think they're a couple of euros. Just the door and window sensors as well. Basically, they're 2 little white boxes as well, which you put next, and it also can detect if the door is open or not.
I'm going to combine that. But so just to clarify, I don't want to use the temperature to figure out if the door is open. I want a door sensor as well. So I want to be told, hey, go open the door, or hey, go close the door.
Got it. It's pretty cool. I like it. The only kind of a bother is it's only in local area connection. Like I'm away from home and I cannot see my temperature now unless I log into my system remotely and do it. But it's fine.
I was about to say, Darko, do you really care if your house is cold?
I don't. But I must say, I did one thing, because I will have some folks accessing my house while I'm away. So I have actually set up a Ring camera. I have a Ring camera, but not outside because privacy laws, Germany. So I put my Ring camera in my house. So it is, So now I have a camera looking into my empty room. So this is the stream cave. It will not focus.
Who's that in the corner?
Exactly. So I have a thing. If somebody comes in and starts messing around with my stuff, Ring will yell. So.
I must say, there's one prank I still want to, because I love making pranks.
Okay.
But it takes quite a lot of setup because you need to find someone who lives alone and sleeps preferably with a phone next to their bed, and you have access to the flat somehow, and you're very good at sneaking.
Okay.
Because imagine the following:
Okay.
you sneak in, you take the person's phone, and you actually take a photo of them with their phone while they're sleeping. Obviously, not for any dodgy reasons. Literally just, and then you put the phone back down. And imagine scrolling through your photos and you see, oh, here's a photo of me sleeping. I'll be like, holy crap.
I would be freaked the F out, man. Wow.
Yeah,
Fair point.
Yeah.
Let's take a side step here. Twitch chat, or folks on Twitch or online, wherever you are watching us at. I would like to hear your AWS reInvent wish lists. There's been a lot of that coming around on social media. I would like to hear, what are your wish lists for reInvent? I'm really interested in what people are expecting. What are you thinking AWS will launch? And mind you, we know very limited things what are going to be launched. We only know specifics related to our sessions, and that's about it. So let us know what you think is going to be launched, and what you would like to be launched, because I'm always interested. I know last year, my main thing was like Fargate for Kubernetes for EKS. That was like we need that, and that's going to be launched. And then Andy Jassy told it on the keynote. So that was like I think I knew it was going to happen. So free swag,
swag. Yes. Let me tell you about my one and only reInvent trip. So I only, on 2018 is the first time I went, because in general from South Africa to get to Vegas, best case was you fly up to Europe somewhere, and then from there you fly over. And if you're lucky, you get that in 2 flights in total, which is, I think, 20 and a half hours or 21 and a half hours. No, it's insane. And also, obviously, with the time zone, effectively, you lose 4 days in travel in total because of transit flying, and then obviously time zone shifts and everything. Yeah. So generally speaking, going to reInvent is something that I only did once, or I've only been able to do once, because of that, along with the cost associated with it. So obviously, being there as a customer, very clear here, because what I'm about to say that I did there, I wouldn't do as an employee, which is run around this the expo area collecting swag. So I basically came back with, if I can remember correctly, 41 shirts and 38 pairs of socks.
Jeez, man.
Remember, I live down in South Africa. We don't get these big conferences. We don't get all of these different swag shirts. So not this one. I actually had the Datadog shirt on yesterday or earlier today. I can't remember.
Datadog shirts are nice. Datadog shirts are nice.
I know.
They're one of the more high quality shirts out there that you get for swag. So if you ever get a chance to get a Datadog shirt, get a Datadog shirt. Datadog
also,
shirt.
They have very nice socks.
Oh, I haven't tried the socks.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to wash my socks or shirts for a month. Well, I've ended up owning like 120 plus t-shirts. Now a lot of them are from the swag, and I have never worn them. So basically, what happened right now is that I'm giving them away. So yeah. So
yeah.
Oh, you got
socks? Remember what it is? Yeah, he asked me for some stickers, so he actually got some stickers and a pair of socks, because I had another pair here that I could send, and I think 2 pins, very South African ones. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Excellent. Well, that's pretty cool. But speaking of swag, are you waiting for swag? We're supposed to get something for reInvent.
I'm always waiting for swag, but I'm not too hopeful, because remember that post that took 3 months to get here from Germany?
That's fair. Well, So I'm supposed to get something in Serbia, so I will most likely have the same experience as you. So, even though Serbia is in Europe, so I'm waiting for like a hoodie and some t-shirts or something like that, like official swag for reInvent for our streams. But I always have a backup hoodie just in case. But
yeah, and I'm also gonna have to get some backup gear ready, because I doubt that it'll get here in time.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's just
horrible.
No, we've got customs for us, especially with clothing items, it's actually a bit of a rough one, because we've got a 40% import tax on any textile. And because of that, obviously, as soon as it says anything like that on the box, then it goes through extra scrutiny, and they want to double check, and it takes much longer to get it through customs.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was never able to get the DevConf swag. So
they sent it back.
Yeah. So a backstory. I presented at DevCon of South Africa this year. So it was a virtual event. Wonderful. A lot of great speakers. I had a blast. And even the videos are up on YouTube right now. So I had a blast doing that. And they sent all of us a goodie bag. And I believe you got like a nice hoodie and some t-shirts. It was really, really nice. I saw Kobus what he got. And that was in May. In May? Yeah, May. Yeah. And I got a notification like 2 weeks ago from the local customs office that, hey, you received a package from South Africa. You need to verify a few things. And I reached out to them like, what do I need to verify? You need to tell us what material is item 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. You need to tell us how heavy the bag is, and you need to tell us. I'm like, I have no clue. Like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. And yeah, they sent it back. So
if they're sending it back, then what I'll do is I'll reach out to them. I know the organizers, luckily, and I'll make sure to get it. And then one day when we're on the same space again, which will definitely happen because we've got some fun tricks to do, I will bring it along for you.
Perfect. Thank you. I mean, I would prefer that rather than having to mess around with the customs, because I mean, I'm sure it would go through, but like they literally asked me to confirm it, like I don't know, like I really don't know what material is that from, and yeah, it's complicated. Oh, customs.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah. But so Kobus, what's your reinvent wish? What would you like to be launched in reinvent? Okay, so a side note. We know some things. We have to be very careful. We know some things are being launched, and even if we say something, we are saying something we for sure don't know. So just we're not gonna say something. Oh, this is gonna come out, and let's make a teaser. Yeah, I don't have my asterisk. I haven't brought it with me.
Yeah. So I actually there is one on my wish list that is coming out, which means that I can't even hint at what it is because. But yeah, there's some. Let me rephrase it this way: the stuff that I'm involved in really makes me excited because they really solve customer needs. So I know we always say we build features and services for customers, but these ones are like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. The same for me. I think I also want a few things, and I know of them, and they're being launched. And I can't say, oh well, we're horrible at this. So that's why we want to hear you. We want to hear what you're saying, and what do you think that would be cool to be launched, and what are your wish lists to be released at reInvent this year? So I prefer to be surprised.
Oh, yeah.
And so exactly, a lot of times they release things like, oh, I didn't even know I did this. So. And yeah,
those are the best ones. Where when you do something, you're like, I'm not quite sure. And you're like, ooh.
Exactly. So
yeah,
that should be fun. But hey,
I mean, please send it. Tell us about your wish list. So we're curious. I mean, we're not getting any what do you want? Because otherwise, it means that every AWS service is perfect, and you don't have any new needs, which means our job is done here. We can go on holiday. So tell us about that as well, because I would not mind that. Yeah.
Document generator service would be good. Pre-populating PDFs, docs, etc.
Ooh, that actually does sound nice.
Yeah, we do have a service that reads documents called Transcribe. Not Transcribe. No, not Transcribe. Textract. It's a service that basically reads stuff off of documents and properly generates JSON from them. So that's really good. I think that's one of the coolest services. Like it's just basically reads a document, like you pass it on like a generic document, and it goes and reads the fields and makes a JSON object out of it, and you can export it to a database. I love it. So hey data entry people.
Oh yeah,
it is relatively simple right now.
So this service would have actually been useful for me a few years back when I did quite a bunch of consulting, because for example, any service that allows you to just easily generate invoices tends to be like $20 or $15 a month. There are some free ones, but they're not really. The invoice doesn't look good. But yeah, Amplify IP allow list. That makes sense.
Be interesting. One of the things I would like from Amplify, and this is something again I really don't know if this is going to be launched or not. This is just for my own personal use cases, is the ability to host files in your own S3 buckets. So one of the problems I have with my my Amplify site is that I want to host a blog that will host my videos, that will host my PowerPoint presentations, and the only way to get them into my Hugo site is to put them in the local directories. Hey, this is my whatever resources or assets, and I need to keep them in a Git repository in that case, which is horrible, right? You don't keep your videos in a Git repository, or do you? So I wish there was a way you can. You can, right? Committing gigabytes of videos to a Git repo. So I think
Jurassic Park.
Well, that's like when Code Commit came out. When Code Commit came out, there was no limits on storage, and I think it was initially just completely free or something. I know people were abusing it, storing data on it, like just because it was just free storage. So,
Git as a database.
Yeah. Uncodable, you can use the storage via S3 on Amplify. I'm talking Amplify console in this case. I'm talking just hey, this is my Git repo with my Hugo site, deploy it, right? I can absolutely put my PowerPoint presentations in my own bucket and just hard link it within the Hugo site. That's one option. But I wish there was a way just kind of use your own S3 bucket with that data. But hey, that's something that may happen at one point or not, but we'll see. That was my kind of a wish list. Yeah.
Cool. I'm just quickly scanning. No new questions.
No new questions.
Okay. No, just checking social media if anybody's got a question or a suggestion about what they want for reInvent. Like I said, there's quite a lot of fun things coming out.
Yep.
What would be one of the fun ones? Someone asked me something of what is it recently? Someone asked me something ARM related. I can't remember what it was. Someone said that, I thought that would be a great feature.
More and more ARM support, more and more things are happening, and I believe that it's going to just spread out like crazy. Somebody asked me about ARM lambdas, but like that's. I mean, why? I get it, but you don't. Do you really care what platform a lambda runs on?
Now I remember. The question was a very interesting one. I select an AMI, and I've got the AMI ID, and I want to spin up a group of servers with that.
Okay.
AMI ID is very specific in terms of what architecture is for. Make it so that it works like Docker does, where if I specify that AMI ID for a x86 architecture, it grabs that one, whereas if I spin it up on one of the Graviton CPUs, it grabs the ARM64 version of that, which obviously is not something we have at the moment at all.
I think the limitation here is just the way AMIs are. AMIs are just unique thing. You have a unique AMI ID per AMI globally. Is it globally or regionally? Globally.
No. Regional.
Regional? Okay. So, really? Is it?
Yep.
I don't know. Okay.
You have to remember, you have to copy an AMI between regions if you're going to use it elsewhere if you build it.
Okay, yeah, fair point. So I think it's just a problem that the way we do it. We would need to introduce another layer of logic in front of the AMI picker. So you can do that. But yeah, I agree. I think that would be much more smoother to do it. And I think eventually, I think something like that might come because people will start to mix and match both ARM and x86 instances, even more so now. And why I'm saying that is the new Macs. I know it's not AWS related, but the new M1 Macs are really interesting. For all the developers out here, don't buy them yet. Heed my advice.
Yes, it's a bit rough.
There's no Docker support on it. I mean, what? So there's no virtualization support for the M1 chips. I know they're really powerful and they're really performant, but I think wait for M2. That would be my advice.
I believe I saw someone saying that NeoVim doesn't work, so it would be a complete showstopper for you, Docker.
Jeez, no.
Yeah.
Is that even a computer? What? Oh my god. Vim works on Amiga. Come on. Nissy Angel. Let's see.
That's actually a very good one, yeah.
This is a good thing. I like improvements on the EC2 image builder for better integrate with other stuff, launch templates, automate. Oh, yeah. So this would be a great thing. I think this would... image builder is like a year old. It came out last reInvent. So you can expect much more of these things coming in because this is something that is going to just get better year after year. So hopefully this more bigger integration comes in with image builder sometime soon.
Yeah, so that one I know with. Just remember that when you create new templates, it'll be a new version of the template itself because you're making a change. Otherwise, you don't know what is running. But you can do that, for example, with some infrastructure as code tooling, which runs on a schedule. Because remember, the part here that you have to solve is that when you've got a new AMI available, how do you roll it out? Because that needs to be a little bit of planning, or at least you need to make a conscious choice. Is it automatic on Mondays, or is it as soon as it's available, or how do you want to approach that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Another comment here from Remedies. What about macOS VMs? Is there an AWS VM that can handle it?
I can take this one.
Go.
So long time ago, I did iOS development, and you can run macOS in a VM, or what is it back there? It was still called. It wasn't called macOS. What was it called before macOS?
OS X.
OS X, yes, there we go. You can run it in a VM, and you can run that VM on different operating systems than macOS. But, and there's a big but, which is, from my understanding, if I remember correctly, you couldn't do it. Legally, you're not allowed to do it because of the way Apple's license agreement is on the operating system. But in that case, so what I was doing is I actually had different versions of macOS running because I wanted to do the building and testing in different versions. So it was on a Mac, luckily. So from my perspective, that was fine. But technically, there's nothing stopping you from taking a x86 virtual machine image, for example, macOS, and running it on another machine. It's just legally you can't. And obviously, if you go, I see the Hackintosh route over here, which is picking hardware that's mostly driver compatible with macOS, then you can run Hackintosh.
Correct.
Once again, just be aware, from my understanding at least, that is not something you're legally allowed to do with the operating system's license agreement.
Correct.
So while it is free, it's not open source free.
Correct. Yeah. So exactly, they're never knowing. But it's not like you cannot use it officially. Right? I mean, if you're gonna make some money off of that thing, like even if you're gonna do iOS development, it could be a problem if they detect that is a Hackintosh. So it is breaking the terms of service for sure. But I see no reason running it on AWS would be a problem technically. But you might run into some incompatibility issues. And again, the only reason why you would run macOS on AWS would be just for compilation things. I think for if you have to compile some iOS development. But I believe there are containers you can run. Are they? I think did Apple make containers? I think there are some containers you can run for building Apple software. So I know there were services like somewhere. Yeah, I think there was some services a long time ago which you can kind of pay to have a build farm for iOS applications because it had to be built on Mac Apple. So I don't think that's longer the case because I think it would be ridiculous that you have to rely on a specific piece of hardware to develop an application, especially a large scale application. You have to be able to compile it on anything else. But I don't know. I'm not an iOS developer, so not the best choice of words here. But
yeah, definitely also not. Yeah. Another service idea, Fastlane. It's an app deployment pipeline that lets you build, test, and deploy the app stores. Google, Apple. That actually sounds fun. Yeah. Because that is often, and I dealt with this. Now, granted, this was years ago. Like 6 years plus last time I did mobile development. But it was a pain. I mean, especially I remember the Apple's process where you create the profiles, provisioning profiles per app, per stage, and how to handle the certain things. That was just like, I just remember that was a headache. Yeah.
Check this out. It's an iPod. It's, I think, the first generation iPod Touch.
Hey, we're playing this game. Wait. You can look at Darth while I scratch in my drawer. Right.
Yeah, I think this one is...
Old phone time.
Old phone time. Oh.
Yes.
Let's do it. Ooh. Okay.
Let's get out. Let's see how good you are. I don't want to show you the back of it, but
it's a Motorola.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, an LG Nexus. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I think it can still boot if I power it. I actually haven't for a while, yeah.
So I have a few very rare gems here. So this is is a Vodafone phone. It's like a very feature
Oh,
phone. It's nothing special. But this is like an Alcatel phone. So this was bought by my mother in like 2008, 7, something like that. No, 2006, I think. Yeah. So I have a like this is just the collection of old phones. Like this is a old HTC Desire. I think this was the phone for a long time. So
this is all something I miss because I haven't been able to find this from a phone back when screens crashed so easily. So
it's an
you see
iPhone
this little
4.
flappy at the back?
Yeah, yeah, you can
Yes.
pull it out.
You pull it? Yes.
Man, it's
And this
always
is the
fascinating how small the iPhone 4 was.
and this is already yeah, especially because I'm on the Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
I Docker, please entertain the people
Okay.
for 2 minutes. I remember
Okay.
now I've got a box in my storeroom that I want to go grab quickly with phones. So
Okay.
I'll be back.
Old phone
Just
time.
muting.
Yeah, yeah. Mute me, please. I don't wanna hear you. Um, yeah, LG Nexus. Well, the Nexus phones was interesting. I had a Huawei. Was it a Huawei? Yeah, the Nexus 6P was a Huawei phone. It was like the big. I think it was the last Nexus that Google didn't produce. So yeah, Nexus were like the good phones, but the Huawei one was not. I had it for like a year and a half, and it just broke. I think it's got some humidity on it, but yeah, I never had an Amazon Fire phone. Amazon Fire, like I remember when Amazon Fire phone was a thing when it came out, and it was like, oh, it's gonna be Amazon is making a phone. It's gonna be the best thing ever. It was horrible. I think like of our official like and like this was way before I joined Amazon. It's it was I think we spent like $170 million on investment on it and just completely went away. And Nisi Angel, yeah, the Alcatel, you could switch the phone. I had the one Alcatel Easy DB or Duo or something like that. I had an Alcatel Easy, the blue one with the little antenna. Yeah, you can pop in 4 AA batteries in it, and it just works. So it was my first phone. My no, yes, my first one. My first one was that Alcatel DB. Yeah, so
So let's see what
something
joys have I
like
got
that.
here. My first smartphone, iPhone
Oh,
3G.
iPhone 3G.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yes. So I
Wow.
must actually boot this and see if it still works.
Let me put you on a bigger screen because I people need to see
Okay.
this. Okay.
Yes. So this is just like the original. So the nice little round back. So this is
Yeah.
curved. Yeah. Cool. And then my second phone, because I went for an iPhone, and then I drank the the Android Kool-Aid. And this is the Galaxy S2 from Samsung, and it
Galaxy
even has an
S2
extra.
is Galaxy S2 is the by
Yeah.
far the best Samsung phone ever made. Also my
Oh
first
yeah.
Galaxy. It was perfect back in 2012.
And I got the thick battery, so you can see literally that's
Wow.
normally how high the phone
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you can see the battery next to it is like double the size.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Uh, Once again, yeah, this phone I loved. I used it for so long until it literally could not be updated anymore, even with the custom ROMs that you had. Cool. What else? Oh, what else have we got here? Um, oh, is this broken? Oh, the battery. Oh, wow. This is one of those like where you start worrying about the batteries because the
Ew.
batteries are getting a little bit fat. So this is a Samsung. And wait.
Ah, yes. I remember my friend had that when we were in the army, and that was like the best phone. Like
Yeah,
you could buy like
yeah.
it's the five SGH 500 something something I think. That's what it's called.
SGH D900.
D9. Oh, that was a better one. I remember the
Yeah.
cheaper one, the 500 one, the D500. Yep, yep,
Well,
yep.
let's see this. I've got two here. What's this one? This one's battery is also no, it's
The
the same model.
D900 the D900 had 3G and you could do video calls with it. It was like the thing.
It even has a SIM card in it. I wonder if the SIM still works, but I doubt it. But yeah, we'll see. Um, then what else do I have here in my magic box? That one. Oh, there's this fun one, which is also
Oh, the Nokia one.
on
Oh
a
man,
yeah,
that was
jeepers,
like.
these tiny buttons, man.
I'm amazed that you
Yeah.
all still have those things. I when I was a kid, I would kill for that phone. I would literally like
Mm,
that was the thing for me. My God.
yeah, it's and then I won't open. The very first phone I ever had.
The 33, my second phone. Yes, but amazing you still have it. Man,
Oh yeah,
congratulations.
no, it's
I had the endless cycle of recycling my phones. That is, I sold it and got a bit more money and to get it more. So I
oh
don't have
yeah.
any of my old phones, well, until a few years ago. So amazing. While Cobus is entertaining you with, I'm gonna go get my first computer. I have my first computer here. So I'll let
Oh
everybody guess
yeah.
what my first computer is, and yeah, you may figure it out easily. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I just realized while Dark is doing that, I need to take out all the batteries out of all of these phones because they are all swollen, and that's normally not a good idea. Except I can't figure out how to open this, and now there's an echo because Darko's mic is close to his headphone. How do I open this? The only phone that I don't have anymore because it was still working, I actually gave it to someone, is my old BlackBerry 8800. That was an awesome phone. That was also when I started actually having two phones. Come now. How do you open this? I think I can't open this because of the.
Is the battery gone?
Yeah, I think the battery's gone, but I think that's why I can't open it.
So
Yeah.
BlackBerry
Oh,
made amazing phones. Blackberries were I thought they were the best thing, and I still
oh
wish
yeah.
they were I still wish Blackberries lived on, but yeah, they were eaten by time.
Mm.
So my first computer, the actual first computer I've ever used, and I still have it, and it
Ooh.
still works, is
Drum roll, please.
this is
Brrr.
the exact same computer, the exact computer. Oh wow, my father bought in 1991.
Oh wow.
And it has seen better days. But yeah, it's a Commodore C64C, the newer model. But yeah, man, my first Hello World was written on this one. So
Oh wow. So I'm still fascinated about how the hell am I supposed to open this one? Jeepers. Oh, there's a lock. Wonder what that is.
maybe that's the thing. Vic 20.
Thing I remember. Oh, and also just quickly to clarify, I wish these were all my phone, but actually they're not. I went from this one. I had this one for cheapers, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how long. Like until
Wow.
from this one, there was one other one that I had that unfortunately also I don't have anymore, which was the 6310.
Ooh, the longer ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but so the 63, not the 62. The 6310
Ah,
came with Bluetooth and it had a slightly more metallic front. I remember it was like, oh, Bluetooth, so fancy because it was
those
my
were the
dad's phone and
business
then he
phones.
upgraded. Oh,
Those were
yeah.
the business phones. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then from that one, I went on to this is the first phone I bought myself, which was a iPhone 3G.
Okay. Wow.
And had this for a while. Then I decided, no, it's not cool to have Apple. Then I switched over to the Galaxy S2. Then I had that for a while. Then I jumped to the iPhone 4. No, the 4S. Sorry, I did the second generation because I tried to keep my phones at least 2-3 years.
Okay.
And then what did I do from there? I did one more jump back to Android. Oh yes, that's when I went back to the LG, the Nexus 4. And because basically what I did at that point is the BlackBerry introduced me to the idea of having a work phone and a personal phone. So I kept both. And then what I did is I leapfrogged between them depending on which one was work phone, which one was play phone. And then from there, I basically, after the Nexus 4, I went back to pretty much just iPhones.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the first iPhone, the iPhone 2, but I got it like very late in its lifespan. I got it like in 2012, 2011, something like that. I know the 3G was already out by far. Even the 4 was coming out now. I got the iPhone 2, or the first iPhone, weirdly enough. And it was okay. I remember, do you recall the limitations of the first iPhone? Like, it couldn't record video. There was no Wi-Fi. There was no Bluetooth on it. Like, it was a smartphone. I mean, for its time, it was amazing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
compared to right now, compared today, on iPhone, a phone is everything, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
there are no apps. Like, there was no there was no app store initially on the phone. It was just like nothing. Yeah, and the battery on the 3310, I'm absolutely. For me, the biggest fascination of the Nokia 3310 was that you can throw it out the window. It would shatter pieces and just put it back together, and it just works.
So on that note, actually, it's there's a very, very good insult for someone.
Okay, go.
You're about as useful as a phone protector for a Nokia 3310.
Yes. Oh, man. I remember my friends and I live in a very agricultural part of Serbia. Like North Serbia, we have a lot of farms and fields and whatnot. And my friend he owns a farm, and we do all the plowing and all the stuff on the field. And we were on a tractor, we were plowing the field, and his Nokia 3310 fell out of his pocket, and it was plowed by the tractor. So it went under the plow, and it was dug into the ground, and we couldn't find it until 5 days later. It was it was buried under the ground, and it still had a bit of battery left. So, and it was
yeah.
So, Kobus, one more thing. Let's talk about
Yes.
as a standard part of our
Jeez.
of our.
This is a fat one.
Ooh,
Sorry, I got it open.
okay, but it's not lithium ion at least. So is it?
I don't know if it's leaking.
It should be nickel metal hydride. So
Lithium ion.
okay. Oh, okay. Be careful. It can blow up. So
Yeah.
So our standard section of our show is apparently retro tech, but retro storage in this case. So Kubas, let's talk about retro
Yes.
storage. So these things, right?
Ooh,
Everybody
yes.
knows what this is. It's a 3D printed save button.
Save icon, yeah.
Yeah. So anybody in chat has never used these things. Let me know if you have never used these things in your school / home or work. If you have never used these things, let us know. We will guess your age. So
Yes.
standard 144 megabytes floppy disks. These were like everywhere. All well, 3.5 inch, 3.5 inch. 1.44 megabyte floppy disk, and like this is from a multimedia keyboard driver. It's like it was a thing a lot of people had. Then these things, dual side, dual density floppy disks. Now this is why the floppy disks are called floppy disks, because these are floppy. And basically it's the same thing. It has a magnetic disk inside, and this is a 745 kilobyte.
745? Double-sided?
745. It's double-sided, yeah. I think so. Well,
Oh, okay.
double-sided, double density, double.
Yeah, single side was 360 or 360
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So 745, and 5.25 inch. But let me just show you something. I had to manually focus this. Let me try. So, Kubus, this is a diskette I found, and it says it's a backup diskette of some path.
Oh, yeah.
From 1988. I was 3 months old then. I was 3 months old on the 1st of July, 1988. And this is disk 3 out of 4 of backups. So,
Okay, get off my lawn.
and backups were done differently back then, apparently, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
installing backups. And I believe in one of these, I actually found some documentation. Yes, I have another one. So I have another example of this one. And I believe, I don't have it here. Where is it?
Where's it?
So I have, and I found this in a dump, and you love this. So it is an instruction from 1989, how to back up data. For
Wow.
Honeywell PCs, and it's in Serbian, from 1988, 13th of May 1988. It says basically, start the program
Jeez.
start the program for masks, whatever masks meant. It says you must compile because it's written in BASIC.
Wait,
Enter-
hold on. The app for masks. Are you sure this is not someone who was a time traveler and was warning us about the crap that we did?
Maybe.
Sure.
maybe. Enter the data for individual cards into so-called starter databases. Okay. Name those starter databases. Start the program for forming and list for creation and listing of the data files. It's called data pod and list data. Form the databases, and there's like a diagram what happens with the database. And then repeat. So this is
the question, though,
this is a run book. So
Does it end does it end with remember to park the hard drive before switching off? Because that will give away your age.
No, it says points 4, 5, and 7 repeat for every data from point 2. So
Probably every database, yeah. But I mean, yeah. Question there, Windows Commander. Of course we remember Windows Commander.
of course.
Do you remember, what was it the file thing that shipped with DRDOS 6, I think that came out? The light
Norton?
blue.
Norton Commander.
No, it wasn't. There was Norton Commander, but there's also something else native to DR.
Volkov Commander? VC? I remember Volkov Commander was a Russian thing, but
No, I'll have to really go sit and think about that. It's like many years ago.
one more thing. So you've seen
Yeah.
the Stiffy diskette? The floppy diskette, right?
Yes.
Have you seen this big boy?
Wait. Put the floppy next to that one.
So this
No. That's just the feed. That's just the feed.
this is an
Oh, wow.
8-inch diskette. It's an
Jeepers.
8-inch.
It's bigger than your head.
Yeah. So, I've never used this one.
Wow.
So this is the one I've never used in my life. This is really old. And I'm not sure it works. You need one of those big old 8-inch disk drives, which I don't have. So, but yeah. So,
yeah. Know that. Just quickly, they're talking about it's Marco or Mark 0 MC.exe. Yes, that I remember typing quite a lot. And also check disk. That is something you were so scared when you saw bad sectors on a drive. It's like, because hard drive were incredibly expensive, and you knew like you were in trouble when that happened.
Exactly.
That and actually should remember hard drives. What was it? That scratchy sound that it made when the drive broke.
Ooh.
Oh, that actually. Yeah, that got me a few times. When you hear that scratch, and it's still bootable. It's still you can do stuff with it, but you know something is broken. There are parts of the drive that are physically broken now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. But like, yeah, the sectors would die, and the basically you had bad sectors on the disk, and it would just go away. And I remember a long time ago when you format disks, you would have to enter the number of sectors. It wasn't just format my disk. Oh, format this many sectors. So yeah. And by the way, for everybody. Let me try to move my camera a bit to this side. So this little thing here, that's my first ever PC. That's a 486.
Ooh.
That's a 486 100 megahertz IBM desktop, and the monitor next to it. It's a 14-inch monitor as well. It still works. It's a 100 megahertz Windows 95 machine. Runs 16 megabytes of RAM and a 1 gigabyte hard disk inside. So
Jeepers.
It still works. So
Yeah.
this entire my entire house is just literally full of old tech. And to be honest, I can do a whole stream on just showing all technology that I have here. And it's just I think we can go back into ages. And speaking, Cobus, of batteries, so this is a battery for
A recyclable battery.
it's for a Macintosh.
Oh wow.
It's swollen. It's cracking it's basically cracking the seams. It's
Ooh, yeah.
it is from 1991, so it is pretty old. It's
That's not going to be good anymore.
No, and this was in the actual Macintosh, and the Macintosh is not starting up anymore. So, unfortunately,
Wonder why?
yeah. But yeah,
Sorry, I have to fix my autofocus.
It's one of those.
I realized something cool.
It's also one of those non-Intel Macs, by the way. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, the PowerPC ones. Oh, nice.
No, give me a second.
Even older. Oh wow, this will be a treat, people. I wonder what this is going to be. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Oh, those.
Yeah. And you see the battery is falling out. So yeah, it's a PowerBook 150 with
oh wow.
with one of these things. But yeah. It's It's a marvel of engineering.
Oh yeah.
So that thing actually worked until recently. I was able to boot it up, but the thing that died was the disk, the hard disk drive. So
Okay.
yeah. So it's not a Toshiba. It's basically just a PowerBook 150. It's a Mac. It's a black and white laptop. And what's amazing about it is somebody was using it in the mid 90s, in like 1994, 95, and that's the last time it was used. And
Jeepers.
if you open up the browser, there's a cached web page. It's a Hotmail. It's not Hotmail. Something. From
Hotmail, yeah, Hotmail was the thing back then, yeah.
yeah, and basically it's still cached. I can open it and view the web page. So it's amazing.
Jeepers.
It is a real like time capsule in it. So it's wonderful. And like I got that for like €5 10 years ago.
Yes.
So I'm always on the lookout for old PCs, and like I don't know what to do with them. It's just fun having them.
Oh yeah, no, it's like up and up and looking inside. But so the comment there from Rudik's World around the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock. I know that I definitely watched, but I can't remember. The only one I can remember from way back in the day was that there is one where they take the scanning part of a fax machine, holding it up to the screen to be able to steal some source code or account information. Yeah, because as the accounts flip past,
Yeah.
that would then, yeah, that was the premise of the story. I remember, but. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, so everybody here on stream now. I know that a lot of you are relatively young, and as so are we, but not Gobas. So
That was last week or the week before.
there was this TV show called the Computer Chronicles. It was like a US-based TV show from the Bay Area from the 1980s and 90s. It was like a TV show around computers, and there's an entire archive of every episode from that show. It's like a 20-minute episode from like 1984 to like the early 2000s, and it's available on archive.org and on YouTube. And it's amazing listening to the thing. Like people come in, like folks who like talk about technology, upcoming technologies, and some things actually caught on. But like there was once a period in 1995 or something like where they called it smart TVs. So the concept of a smart TV was way different back then. So the way they transfer data, so that was like, oh, how do you get data to a smart TV? So a smart TV can like get you the TV listings, can you get you some information, data about what you're watching.
Yes.
The way they did it was that they, in the blanking interval, so every time TV, so for the kids out there, TV is used to draw your screen 50 or 60 times per second, and there's a blanking interval of a couple of milliseconds every time. And during that blanking interval, they would send data in that blank interval, just a little bit of data, and that was what TV would pick up. But if they wanted to send a lot of data, so like for example, they could send you 100 megabytes of data, and what they could do is they said, okay, we will send you data right now, and they would go off the air, and you would just get static on the screen. But that static is actually data being read by your TV. So it's amazing how things didn't turn out that way. But yeah, I advise it. It's a great thing to look at. Like,
so I remember they always joke like how hard it was to program your VCR, and yes, it was actually incredibly hard to program your VCR to record something. There was a model that I remember that in the TV remote for the VCR, it had a little infrared scanner, and then the TV guides would actually come out with barcodes, and you would take this and then scan it across, but you had to drag at a specific pace to be able to read it properly, the barcode.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that. I played with one in the shop, but I couldn't get it to do anything with it. But yeah, it was weird. That and do you remember teletext?
Teletext. Oh my god! I thought the teletext. Now, if there's any U.S. folks here, I think the United States folks didn't watch teletext, didn't have teletext, or they had it, but not as common as in Europe. Teletext was basically. I thought it was the internet. For me, that was the internet. Like in the late 90s, early 2000s, for me, that was the internet. I would literally. We got a TV that supported teletext. Yeah, BBC invented teletext. It was not called teletext. It was called, initially BBC had a different name for it. it was something weird. I'm sure somebody here from the UK will tell us how was it called, but it was not called teletext. It was called something else in BBC. And something fax. Something somebody will figure it out.
Telefax?
No. It was a weird name, but not telefax. CFAX. Yes, CFAX. It is not.
Okay,
telefax.
there we go.
Telefax is something. CFAX. Yes.
Oh
CFAX
wow,
was
you
it.
see the facts. Jeepers.
So amazing for me was like you have data there. So like what I would do is like I would literally spend my day on teletext. I would like read news and read stuff off of teletext, and it's also such a simple and it's a weird technology because interestingly, so teletext, I'm not 100% sure how does it work, but I know that your TV doesn't store anything. So TV has no memory, TV has nothing. Teletext was literally just being broadcast to your TV. Like that.
The whole
why
time,
you would, That's why would you get like garbled text on teletext if you had like bad reception or something. It's amazing. Like that's the OG streaming, right?
Oh yeah. No, it's also back to more modern TVs. The one feature that I never saw come out that I thought was like a great business idea at one point was, so with 3D TVs, we watch the with the special goggles and they polarize differently. So you've got one vertical, one horizontal. So obviously, what's happening is you see the different frames like this, right? So what I thought would be great is one set of goggles like this. And one set like this. Okay. And then you can be two people with headphones watching two different movies on the same TV, and you wouldn't even see the other movie. Now, obviously, I'm assuming the coloring on the TV would be that it couldn't switch that fast, but that would also be. I was hoping there was a feature at some point.
Yeah, oh my god, that would be amazing if you can do that. I mean, of course, now, everybody has their own screens, a bunch of them, so I guess it's no longer the point, but 888 for subtitles. That was the thing. Teletext 888 was always the subtitles. But what's it? Mart G0 says here. So he says that he remembers recording.
There's Raspberry Pi. Ooh. Yes, you can do Raspberry Pi. I have to write this one down. Give me a second.
Are we gonna build? Are we gonna build a teletext, Cobus?
You can call me Kobe if you want. Kobe. You talk about these kinds of.
God. So Mart Go or Mart. So basically, I remember the same thing. So we had in Yugoslavia in the 80s, we had the same thing where a broadcast station would say, we will broadcast a video game or a piece of software in the next 20-30 seconds on this radio. And they would do it usually at night. So I had friends who were much older than me. They would like listen on the radio, wait for it, and then hit the record button. And then they would have a game for the Commodore or the Amiga or whatever, right? So, or the ZX Spectrum. So it was weird, man. You can transfer software through the radio. So yeah. Did you get the MacBook?
This one. Ooh, I did get the link, so I've got a fast for later. We might actually do that. But this one. Darko, do you remember my April Fool's joke that I wanted to pitch?
No.
It involved the fax.
Wait. Was it not involved? No, I was not involved.
Yes, I told you it's work. I'm still going to try and do it at some point. But what I want to do is, for April Fools, I want to release a new AWS service. And it will be Amazon CloudFormation for fax.
Oh, wow.
And basically, the premise is that we are going out to meet our customers because not everybody's got proper connectivity.
Yeah.
And what this will allow you is to actually use a fax machine to fax in your CloudFormation script that you printed out locally. The reason for this, or you send it digitally, the reason is that you don't have a reliable connection to be connecting to the internet that long. And then what we'll do is we'll actually use TextRack to extract the CloudFormation template from that, and then actually process it and then run it asynchronously. So you just fax it in and disconnect, and then we'll take care of running it for you, and we'll send you back a fax with confirmation of the output of whether or not it was successful or not. And then we were going to expand it coming soon, but not out yet, that you can use modem dialing in to actually connect directly to it.
You heard it here first, folks. So if you want to deploy your infrastructure as fax, please let us know. Cobus will be working on that service, and
yes,
coming to a fax machine near you. So, but I mean that's very much like I see that working. I see that as It's a relatively capable service, unless your fax machine starts sending bad faxes, which they tend to. The black lines on the side, and then you break infrastructure. Oh man!
No, the worst
But
period was when they did fax spam, where it was like someone dialing in and sending you an advert. So
yes,
you freaking pay for the fax paper and the ink and everything. And it's just like, this is a 3-page ad. And you're like, what the?
my God, no. Well, so another idea: we can do AWS teletext, documentation as teletext. We can create the teletext somewhere running on AWS and have AWS documentation. It's in a GitHub repo. We can convert it to teletext, and then people can just, from the comfort of their own living room, read AWS documentation on BBC.
You know what would actually be a great use for this is actually new feature releases.
There you go, teletext. My God.
Teletext for new features.
Are there any broadcast stations in South Africa that still use teletext? Do you still have?
Probably because
TV?
we. That's a very good question. I have not owned a TV. Well, I have a TV, but it's not using any of the local stuff. Like, I don't even have our satellite thing at home because everything is online.
But do you have analog TV in South
Africa? There was a big project to push the digital. And there was, I only know about it because there was controversy around whether or not it would support encryption or not.
CloudWatch logs to your fax machine.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. CloudWatch.
Enable observability to the fax machine.
Yes. And when it rotates the log file, it automatically restarts the call so it doesn't drop.
Oh man, so many teletext to a Kinesis media stream. My God, so many ideas, people. So there's only one April's Fool next year. But I'm really, I'll check out this Raspberry Pi thing if we can run a teletext type system on AWS. I mean, of course, it will not be a teletext type system. It will not run on a TV. Well, you know what? If you have an analog TV, you can technically stream analog TV signals locally, so you can kind of make it. So the link is we'll find it. We'll find it.
Really? No, don't worry. I actually just are you sure? Because let's double check.
Media Live has teletext. What?
What?
No.
This is okay. Quickly, there's the Python link. I now copy it from my browser. I opened it up, so I'm assuming it's right. I did not know about this. What? You have to be joking. Oh, wait, wrong window. Let's open it up over here. So you are now completely derailing us. Thank you for this, though.
Teletext. Information for teletext. Teletext is a form of data. You can. Ooh.
It's Elemental. Oh, wow. Of course, yeah, with the streaming. This is... Okay, Darko, I know what we're doing early next year.
Exactly.
Done. When we come back from our holiday break, we will do this.
Let's make some teletext. Maybe we can do it on stream. Why not? Why not figure it out? How can we do teletext? My God, this would be amazing. God, that's just, oh man. Also, Kubus, one retro piece of tech is that I think I tweeted this last week. But I have an old IBM ThinkPad because, of course. But I have a lot of old, this is a really old IBM ThinkPad, like a Pentium 1.
Oh wow.
One of the things that this thing has, man, I need to show you. Give me a second. I need to demo this.
Let's see what it is. One of those big red balls as a mouse. Although the ThinkPads, I think, always have that little red button, the rubber. I literally don't know how to describe it other than we're talking about what it's going to have. It's going to have the big red ball for the.
It has the nipple. They call it that way. So, but that's not what I'm going to demo. It's something much better. Let me see. How can I do this? How can I effectively do this without breaking things? So I'm pulling up my camera right now. Hello, camera.
Oh, your mic is quite soft.
Because I'm far away. So you get to see my Hulk shorts, but this is the. Let me make it bigger. Yes. So also remove this. This is my ThinkPad. It's old. It's a Pentium 1. Once you open it, the keyboard lifts up a bit, so it has like a a thing
Oh, wow.
where the keyboard lifts just a tiny bit. That's cool, right? That's very ergonomic. It has like a LCD screen here. There's no trackpad. It just has the nipple. But
It's gonna pop out. It's gonna pop out.
let's imagine your laptop breaks. You want to replace the battery. You want to replace the disk or something. How do you do it on a Mac? You don't.
Well, you can open it up. You can open it up, but good luck with all the gluing and stuff.
Check this out.
He's doing the secret handshake. Oh, wow.
It has a hood. So you literally lift the keyboard up like a hood, and
And it's color coded.
everything is here. You can pull out. It has 2 batteries. You can pull out all the things, and then once you're done, you just like close it. Wabam.
Oh, wow.
Why? Why don't you do this more often? God. So yeah. That was a shocker for me when I found that you can do this. And this, I would not mind carrying a chunky laptop like this if it gave me the ability to fix it and work with it. But my God, it is.
But I mean, Darko, that laptop, I mean, if it's that big and that heavy, you know that joke where have you ever had your name shouted across a mountain?
No.
Hey, Darko.
Oh God, man. Wait, camera is broken.
Yeah. I also realized one thing we have to do, Darko, is we have to take proper with this whole slightly blurry background of our current backgrounds for when we are one day in the same location. Because then what I really, really, really want to do is set up us broadcasting in the same room with our standard backgrounds, and then be able to do this, and all of a sudden the hand goes across the screen.
Exactly. Reaches up.
That would be
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah. So. So this is actually now my favorite piece of retro tech. This thing and the fact that it can do that. I am just a super fan of it. So.
Oh yeah.
And I wish there was more of things like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
was quite fun.
Yeah, that's been a drive through through memory lane here, like actual memory lane.
Oh wait, where's my other? Where are my other 2 fun ones? These 2.
Yes, the memory sticks.
The Sony memory sticks. Yeah, I actually forgot to tell you the other one because I said the one was from 19. Oh, sorry, not 19. That would be very, very weird. 2008 or 2009. I can't remember. But it's one of the very few trips that, because obviously for us traveling out of South Africa is quite far because it's like 11 hours up to Europe. So we didn't do it often because it's also very expensive and our currency was weak. But that's one of the very few trips I did, which was to Spain. Because we at that point girlfriend but now wife went up to Spain to go watch Rammstein live. Yeah. So we went to 2 of their 3 other concerts there, not conferences. Imagine a Rammstein conference. And the photos are still actually here. So
wow, really? That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I have a lot of DVDs from my from the recordings I had from the like 2006-7 era. I still have like one of those Samsung or Sony. No. I have a Samsung mini DV camera that uses memory sticks.
Oh yeah.
It's weird with something not Sony uses memory sticks. So I still have a lot of DVDs from those. Like that was the period of my 18th birthday and everybody else's. So I have like recordings of young Darko.
Oh wow!
So yeah. Oh, and
you got to share those.
One day
you have to share those.
But I have to share something right now. I'll give me a second.
Oh, so much fun! Yeah. For those just while we wait for Darko Cleo joining us today, this is the first time in a week and a half we've been streaming, and with pre-invent season being here, we are completely swamped with everything else. So we are literally just geeking out on old. Yes, Nero burning ROM.
Nero burning ROM.
And the question is, do you remember about the 2-second countdown between audio tracks that completely made it ridiculous to try and copy music CDs? Yeah.
No,
Between tracks, it would automatically put in a 2-second gap, so that
really?
counts down. And it's not just like there's a 2 seconds of
Yeah.
blank. It's on the machine, on the DVD, CD players. When you put them in, you would see -2, -1, 0. And the problem is, because of the way CDs were, some artists did things where that one track would blend into the next track and do some weird things like that. And all of a sudden you're like,
wow.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't burn a lot of audio CDs. I burned like data CDs and MP3s, but yeah, audio was not such a thing.
No, making mix CDs back in the day.
Okay.
Wow. No, yeah. But I mean, just quickly, if you didn't use, did you use Nero burning ROM?
Yeah, absolutely.
With the little icon of the Colosseum that was on fire.
Colosseum was burning. Yeah. I remember when I first figured out, because Nero burned Rome. It was so amazing.
Yep.
At first, I didn't go, why a Colosseum? What does this have to do with anything? Nero burning Rome. My God. Speaking of all things, that's me.
Who dat?
That's me. That's me at I think age 1. So my father was into like proper photography. So this was like a black and white photo with printed out. Well, actually developed in water and whatever you do. So yeah, this is a 1-year-old Darko, I believe. So see, yes. the beard is still lacking. The hair also. I had more hair back then than now. So
yeah. I actually want to see quickly if I can find. Darko knows what's coming because I sent him the video clip of.
Oh God.
Where's it now? So backstory quickly. I've got a 3-year-old, almost 3, and as of yesterday, 1-year-old. It was my second kitty's 1-year birthday yesterday. But the 3-year-old is at the point now where she's talking a little bit and, picks things up in any case. So what happened one day is my office door here wasn't completely closed, and she walked down the corridor, and I was asking, where's Darko? Because I was trying to call him or something. And that evening, I had the following. And let's see if if you can hear this. Let's see if I can.
Darko.
Wow.
Yeah. So now every evening when we put it to bed, she asks me, where's Darko?
See,
yeah.
I leave good impressions on your kids, even though I never met them in my life. So, but yeah, where's Darko?
Yeah. So since we're going for the cuteness factor now, yeah.
That's absolutely good. I melted when I heard that. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and on that note, because we're what?
Almost. I just want to add one more because of the Nero. Do you remember when CD drives and DVD drives came out? Firstly, CD drives were just a CD drive, and then you heard there's this faster one. It's a 2-speed drive.
Yes.
And then the 3-speed came out, or the triple speed, but you don't want to get the triple speed because it spun so fast that it actually shattered the CDs.
Yeah,
that was the thing. That was the thing.
I had a CD shatter. I had a CD shatter in my drive. I remember it. It was a Mitsubishi disc. I had a Mitsubishi disc. Those were not common. I had my first. So okay, this thing here has a CD-ROM, but I believe it's like a 4X or something like that, right? Oof. Something slow. Then my first actual modern PC for the time, 2003, had a CD burner, 52X. So, and that one had my drive explode. I had a disc just shatter. I remember a part flying out of it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it was also a thing, you don't think about drive speeds anymore. And I know you should never burn audio CDs with more than 8X, especially if you're getting into old drives. So I have a really old CD player from 1987. It's a Fisher CD player. It's just a CD player. You have to hook it up to a amplifier. And I had to, if you burn a CD faster than 2X, it will not read it. So
Well, it wasn't just that. I actually had it where the system couldn't send data fast enough to the writer, so you had these artifacts like
Yeah.
in
Wow.
between, like when something went wrong. Yeah.
I know it will fill up the RAM a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So 2 ones quickly. Greencoat. This is not the after party. This is literally just us geeking out about old tech again. Because we haven't been on the air for a
On
while.
the air
But
for
also, Marco, cleaning the laser inside the drive. Yes. But also, do you remember the disc that you could get with a little brush on it, and you put that in like.
Yeah,
We ever thought that?
I had VHS VHS tapes with the cleaner ones. You can get the head cleaner tapes as well, which will put some liquid on it and we just clean something out of that. It's a good thing we no longer have to clean things in computers unless it's a fan. But the less moving parts, the better. So.
Yeah, I just remember when I learned the hard lesson that a fan, if you do want to clean it with a vacuum cleaner, stick a screwdriver in and then only suck it.
Okay.
So Darko, I could teach you something. Do you want to know why?
Why?
So what's the difference between a electric motor and a electric generator?
Electric motor and electric generator. Well, are you asking me a serious question or is this
Serious
a rhetorical question?
No, it's a serious question.
The electric motor has a rotor and a stator, and the electricity goes into the stator, and then the rotor rotates. Well, the electric field in the stator switches, blah 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 blah. But in the electric motor, you receive electricity again in the stator. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, explain.
So here's the kicker. So how the motor works is obviously create a pulsating magnetic field. So with a motor, it's electricity comes in, and that creates the field to do that.
Correct.
A generator is something twisted things
Yes, right.
Power out. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's effectively the same thing.
It's
So what happens is, if you do it, and specifically with a vacuum cleaner that's strong, you can actually spin the fan faster than it's supposed to. So firstly, you're going to be sending power out of the thing, which is a bad idea. And secondly, you can actually burn out the fan, as in literally melt some of the circuitry on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yeah, and I never think about that. Like the fan goes, oh my god, that's so fast, and then you could fry your motherboard or something with it. Oof. God, no. Yeah, flow power is in different direction, and the source of power is in different direction. To be honest, it's a mechanical to electric, and then electric to mechanical. So, yeah.
And also, just to clarify, in case you're wondering, all devices actually use smoke to work because it's not electricity; it's smoke. Because as soon as the smoke is out, it stops working.
It's the magic electrical smoke. Once it leaves the machine, it's lost all its power. So it's a fact. It's a known fact. So check your kids.
And the other pro tip for the day is if you are smelling fried chicken, you're holding the soldering iron wrong.
Okay. Last piece of retro tech for today, and I'll stop. I need to do it because this is something that I think you never used. I never used it myself, and I think none of our audience also used it as well.
Them's fighting words.
Okay. Let's see. So I'll give you a moment to guess what this is. I'll put it up like this, and you can guess what this is.
I can't actually see, but
let me put myself a bit larger like that. I mean, it's intentionally vague, but I just want you to guess. Even if I do it like this.
Let's see.
It's a square box.
I think I know what it is.
It's not an external CD-ROM. And Marcia, yes, I'm wearing pajama pants. It's COVID. Everybody's wearing pajama pants. So this is something I've never used in my life, and I have not. I've seen people use this, but it's a TV.
Yes. Where's the antenna? It has to have a little pop-out antenna. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. No.
It has a little stand, so you can actually. It's a battery-powered television set. It doesn't work, unfortunately. I need to try to fix it, but it basically it's an FM radio / television set. So you pop in a whole lot of battery. Oops! It pops batteries out. It pops batteries out at you, and then you try to play it, but it doesn't work. Oh, Gringo, you've used one of these? No.
No, I used one. I remember them.
Really?
So I know someone because across the street from me was when I grew up. Well, because the guy living there was the same age as I was, same class and everything. And his dad owned an electronics shop, and they had all of these funky, fancy electronic things because there would be stuff that they used in the shop for demos, and they would always come at home.
Wow.
And they even had it was super fancy. They had a movie room, so it's like this room which had like special leather chairs and this thick carpet. I mean, like this high carpet, like your feet sunk in. To dampen the sound with a hi-fi and everything, but obviously because that's literally what his dad did, it was like a different electronics. And I remember them having one of those things. I'm like, wow.
No, this is like and it's from 1986, September 1986. It's an Brocksonic Otake, whatever it is, but it's old. It has a country selector. It has UK, EC, and US. EC was European Community. Or European continent. There was no EU existed back then. So,
Docker, quickly, just a reminder, it is now 10 seconds before we end. We need to end on the half hour because I think there's someone starting directly after us.
Okay.
So I have to cut you off. I am so sorry. But thank you everyone for joining us. Welcome to see us again on Friday. And
yes.
Bye-bye. Bye.